guys, it's Cindy Leach, your polymer clay tutor. In today's PCT product demo, I'm going to do an update video on the Sculpey Clay Conditioning Machine, the newer one with the stainless steel rollers. Now, a while ago, about 4 or 5 months ago, 5 or 6 months ago, anyways, it was a while ago, I did an unboxing of the new Sculpey Clay machine and said I would spend some time using it and see how I liked it. So there are some things that I would like to say that are positive and some things that will be negative about this particular machine. And I'll just go through a few different things. Now, after using it for about a month or so, the gears started slipping and clunking and I started getting a lot of wrinkling. And I'm going to show you the difference between I have an Atlas 150 wellness machine, which is a higher end machine than the Sculpey machine. Just to compare prices, the Atlas is about $100 for this machine, and these are, the Sculpey one is about $40, and then you can get it, with a discount coupon. So there is a difference in price, so you would expect there to be a bit of a difference in quality. But one of the things I was really hoping about this machine was that some of the new improvements would be really good. Some of them are and some aren't. One thing that I like is that the new stainless steel rollers, they are good. They didn't leave any black streaks on the clay over time, and even after using it for quite a few months, it didn't have any issues with the black streaks. So I have a feeling that is a very good improvement. Also, I did not get a bunch of big buildup behind the rollers. In fact, I didn't have to clean this at all. Sometimes it happens. And I've got some videos on black streaks and on scraper buildup and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to check those out, you can. But this one didn't have an issue with the scraper buildup, which is great. Also, the handle stayed in nice. It didn't keep falling out. So those are all improvements. But the one improvement that they made, or they said they made, was to fix the gears. Well, it didn't, or it didn't last very long anyways. At first in the other video, the unboxing video, it didn't show much wrinkling at all, but after using it for just a short period of time, that changed really quickly. Now, you should also know that I am super, super careful with machines. I never take a hard chunk of polymer clay and just jam it through the rollers. I treat them very gently. I never put hard clay through or multiple layers. So it isn't rough use that has caused this. It's an issue, I think, with the gears. Anyways, let me just show you. All right, so I have 2 pieces of some Primo clay that I've just rolled out at the thickest setting. Now, both of these machines have settings that go from 1 to 9. 1 is the thickest and 9 is the thinnest on both of these. So they're really quite comparable to do testing side by side. So what I thought I would do is show you this. So I've got them both set on 1, and I'm going to just run one piece through. And you can see here that it comes through quite nicely. There's no wrinkling or any sort of issue there. And I'll do the same thing with the Atlas. Now, on my particular Atlas, the number 1 setting, the gears are quite far apart. And you will see a slight line on there from the skipping. You can pull it out by just pulling on it, but this is a really fine ripple. Okay, so we'll go to setting 2. You can see setting 2 is okay on this machine. And we'll go to setting 2 on this one. And setting 2 is just fine. You can't see the ripples here. We'll go this sideways to prove that it's not really causing much for ripples. Okay, so there's a few little lines there, but nothing much to worry about. Now, let's go to 3. And as you can see so far, they're okay. Now, this one is just starting to show some faint rippling on the 3. Nothing that's too big of a deal yet. We'll go to 3 on this one. And it's very common for machines at the highest settings and the lowest settings to show some rippling. Now it's pretty flat there. There's no rippling that I can see there. All right, so let's go to 4. All right, so it's just starting to show some rippling here and a little bit of a distortion along the side. Number 4 on here. Where's it for you? Number 4 is beautiful on that one. Okay, let's go to 5. I know this is like watching paint dry, but I really want to show you what starts happening as you get down to the thinner settings. This is starting to ripple. You could still pull it out. It wouldn't be too bad. This one is, and this one is nice. It's fine. All right, so let's go to 6. Now you can already hear it starting to sound bad. And look at how the wrinkling is happening. These are deep wrinkles. You're not going to be able to pull those ones out. Okay, let's see a 6 on here. It's nice and smooth. All right, let's go to a 7. It's starting to get really quite severe. 7 on this one. Whoops. Usually I don't have 2 fast machines going at the same time. Now this one here, you can see just some slight lines, but a quick pull will pull those right out. So it's very usable. 8. And like I said, it's quite common on the extreme settings to, whoops. Let's get this out of there. Get that out of the way. Let's try this one. The extreme settings can be bad, but this is quite terrible. There's nothing much we can do with these thinner settings so far on this machine. All right, so what do I got going on here? Let's run this one through an 8. And this one is starting to ripple a little bit, but this is still quite, you can still flatten that out. All right, and lastly, we'll do the 9th setting. And you can hear it, it's grabbing and it's getting worse. It's also doing this weird thing here. So the gears are not matching up properly. They're starting to click and they're really starting to cause problems. Let's try this last one here on 9. And this one is getting a bit of a ripple here, but it's still all quite usable. Now, the reason why I showed you that is because this one, the minor lines that you get is pretty typical, but because of the quality of the machine, the way the gears are fitting, all of these settings are very usable. And without, all you have to do is do a little bit of a pull and you can pull that line out. And I also have a video on how to avoid the lines. If you really kind of hold on to your clay, you can avoid the lines. But on this one, the lines are so severe that you can't pull them out. So basically, the only settings that are worth using on this machine are 1 through 4, and then 5 and up start getting really unusable. You can't even really roll those ones out with a brayer. But there is a big difference in price. So what I'm saying is I'd really love it if Sculpey would fix that gear issue, because everything else is a big improvement. The sturdiness of the machine is better, the rollers are better, the handle is better. So there's a lot of improvements. And considering that the price is really low, you could probably only spend about $30. So if you are just strictly doing this as a hobby, then you may want to still use this machine. It is way better than the one that it used to have with the streaks and the clay buildup and all that issue. But you're not going to be able to do those really thin layers. If you think you're going to be doing this for any time at all, and it's a little more of a, you like to put money a little bit into your hobby, then certainly go with the Atlas. It is a better machine right through all of the settings. Now, both of these companies would avoid any of those, or would really minimize the lines if they would put less settings on there. I know it sounds fabulous to have a huge range of settings, but if some of those settings are going to be really low quality, you might as well bring back the number of settings. So if they had 7 settings instead of 9, there would be less of a need to have a big space in between them, and they'd smooth together a lot better. And you can really see that when you're using the middle settings like 3, 4, and 5, especially on here, the gears flow real nicely. So I just think that having more settings isn't necessarily better if you're going to have issues with it. So I hope you like that update. I hope it answered some of your questions and that it was helpful for you. All right, so if you like this video, do let us know. If you've got products you'd like me to test and do reviews on, do leave those in the comment section below. If I haven't, I may have already done a video on them, but you never know. I may not have yet. And also, if there are techniques or things that you would like to know, leave those in the comment section below as well. All right, so we'll see you next time, and bye for now.